Hey, how's it going? I'm Amanda Gold. I'm a life coach for teenage girls and their moms, but this video is for you if you're a teenager and you identify as female and you want to know some shit that I wish I had known when I was a miserable teenager. I can help. Okay, so here it is. Oh my God, I just lost it. No, I have it. Guess what? Being sensitive is not a bad thing. So when I was a kid growing up, I was very sensitive. I was very tuned into like animals and nature and spiritual things. And I had spiritual experiences when I was younger. And my heart just like broke for the world. I remember being so brokenhearted when I learned about racism and the Holocaust and just like animal cruelty and all these things just felt like they were happening to me. I had a very vivid imagination, still do. So I had a hard time with violence. I had a hard time with even reading stuff because I could just picture it, right? And then hearing about other people's pain and suffering was like it was happening to me, and it was really fucking hard. And in my house, I got ridiculed for that. And I got told to stop crying and don't make that face and don't be that way. And what's the problem? And I got told so many times, you're too sensitive. And, as a kid, being younger in my teens, I took that in and I was like, yeah, there's something wrong with me. I need to toughen up. And I would try that. I'd make these vows to myself, like, I'm never going to cry again. And, I'm going to be tougher and I'm going to be a hard ass. And I got into the punk rock scene when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16. And it was very much about like, let me put on my leather coat. Let me put on my fucking mohawk and my studs. And like, I'm not going to let the world hurt me anymore. Right. And I created all this shit like drugs and alcohol and like this persona to try to protect my tender heart, thinking that it was bad or wrong somehow. And that there was something bad or wrong with me for being too sensitive. And here's what I want to say is like being sensitive and empathetic and kind of spiritual and like feeling things is a gift. It's a strength. It's allowed me to be someone now with the right kind of, I want to say training, but like having met mentors who can help me understand this facet of my personality, this way that I am, and use it to my advantage rather than having it be a liability. That's made me a really caring person who wants to help other people. And I've worked with people who've experienced homelessness and trauma and mental health issues. And I'm a coach and I work with teenagers who are struggling like I struggled. And that's awesome, right? Like if I had stayed this sort of hard ass and I don't want to feel your feelings, like I would have lived this much smaller life and not been of as much service to others. And by the way, when you learn how to be this kind of sensitive creature and learn how to navigate your emotions in a healthy way, you have more capacity for all of the emotions, including joy and happiness and excitement and fun and wonder and awe and creativity. And like, it really has ended up being one of the things that I'm very proud of. Not even proud of because I didn't like do it, right? I work on allowing it and letting it be okay. But like, it's more just like something I'm really glad that is a part of me and it's who I am, right? And I had to spend so many years kind of unlearning, like, ain't nothing wrong with you. If you remember my first video where I'm like, hey, one thing I wish I'd known when I was a teenager is there's nothing wrong with you. And this is just a more specific way of saying that. Like if you are sensitive, if you cry over the world's pain, if it kills you to see what's happening with the climate and racism and all these issues, and you feel it all, and you feel like you don't know how to manage it, I would just offer to start cherishing that part of you. And just even for yourself, just now, just start playing with this idea like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me for being this sensitive. It's a gift. The world needs really sensitive people right now to kind of help each other, right? And yeah, we need tender hearts. And there's a way that you can learn to take care of it where you don't have to like harden it or feel like you're protecting or like defensive. There's a way, and this is what coaching can offer. And what I'm going to keep teaching on this channel, Camp Kickass, and all these kind of videos is to help you like, okay, so I'm really sensitive. I feel all these feelings. It's really uncomfortable. It's really painful. And a lot of us can kind of tip over into depression or addiction or self-harm or things like that. And so one of my goals with these videos is to also help you learn how to manage these bigger emotions. Even if you don't really identify as a super sensitive person, you might just be going through a time, because I know the teenage years are just sort of inherently like this, where you're just feeling all the fucking feelings right now and it feels overwhelming. And that doesn't have to be a problem. Your emotions aren't a problem. The bigness of your emotions right now aren't a problem either. Even if they feel uncomfortable, there are ways that you can take care of yourself through that and let yourself process the emotions and let them move through you without like overly identifying with them or letting them take you over, right? So if you're kind of going through something like that right now, just hang in there. Reach out if you need any extra support. I do have a group for teenage girls on Facebook, and I do hear that y'all don't hang out there very much anymore. But if I could entice you, there is a group called Camp Kick-Ass, and it's for teenage girls. And it's a really great place to get in if you want to do more work like this. If you're like, yeah, I have tons of fucking emotions and I don't know how to deal with them, come on into that group. It's super safe. It's really inclusive. And we're working on this kind of stuff in there. So I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for watching. Please comment. You can also email me at kickasswithbothfeet@gmail.com if you have any questions, or also if you want any specific topics addressed in this channel. So you rock. Thanks for being here. Tend to your heart. Let it be as sensitive and mushy as it needs to be, and just take care of yourself through it. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.